Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Alright, check it out. Today we got a 2006 Kia Sportage. The issue here is does not start. Customer was driving along, car overheated, check engine light came on, relay message to us over the phone, 2 codes for O2 knock sensor, and some other issues. I don't know, but we're gonna check it out and see what's going on. Coming up on Astral Auto Repair. This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com. Alright guys, yo, the customer is annoying and I don't know what, man. Yo, but I'm gonna try to get it on video. It's just cause this is funny. Alright, the first thing we're gonna do, guys, is let's verify the complaint. Let's get in, start the car up, see what's going on.
Should I be in the front so they can hear it real good?
Yeah. Go to the front.
Oh, look at you.
That's Bella. No,
Bella.
that's not Bella.
That's not Bella?
No.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Where is it? You need Billy Bob to help you with this one.
Alright guys, check it out. You heard the way this thing sounds. I'm not liking what I'm hearing. So, and especially after overheating. Now check this out. I took off the radiator cap to check the fluid level. Nope, it's done. It's down there. It's gone. So, what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna pull out. Doing the rear three plugs a little bit difficult to get to. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pull out the front 3 all together and do a compression test on just the front. Now, when you do a compression test, you got to remove the cylinders, the spark plugs on the same side as the spark plugs because as a cylinder. Because if you don't, you can get a false reading. You have to remove all 3 and do that. So what we're gonna do is twist this, and matter of fact, just so you don't mess nothing up, we're gonna get us some marker and we're gonna mark these spark plug wires. Can you see them good? We're gonna mark these spark plugs wires so we can know where they go, and then we're gonna unplug them. All right, let's get a marker and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah, on my back watering flowers and I'm around, so if you need me, just
You got it, no problem.
Sonya.
All right, guys, what we're gonna do? Check this out, guys. I want you to introduce you to the customer of the vehicle. Nah, I ain't gonna introduce son. What's your name, bro?
Anthony.
Guys, this is Anthony right here. You can turn. Hey. This is Anthony.
It's all good. How you doing, guys? What he doesn't know is that he has a mechanic with him.
That's right.
Hey.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey,
all right.
2
Matter of fact,
one.
you still on the phone.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's not on speaker.
All right, check it out. Anthony did before we even checked. He checked for the fuel pump to come on. What else did Anthony do? Where you go?
All right. What I did was I checked. I turned on this ignition and I listened for the fuel pump. I heard it come on. I also sprayed some starter fluid up in here into the breathing apparatus here. And what happened was nothing. So I know it was getting gas, but it's just not starting. I took the spark plug out here, put a plug in the wire, and I was turning it over and I saw a little spark arcing. So I came over and I took the timing cover off.
Okay, now come over and show them the time cover. Now, what did you took off both front covers or?
Well, what you have to do is you have to take this power steering pump off. Then you take this cover here off. It's 10 millimeter bolts.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You did the back cover or just the?
No, it's all one piece. This is all one piece.
Okay.
This right here is just covering some of it. But once you take this off here, this power steering pump, everything's exposed. Then once you take that off, you're gonna put a jack up under the engine, and you're gonna unloosen this mount bracket here.
Okay.
Then what you're gonna do is take a loose. You're gonna take loose this tension here, and you're gonna get the belt off, because what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to take this tensioner mechanism off, this arm here. That's gonna have to come off. Then once you expose the gears here, you can see that there's a timing. Well, you can't see it now, but once this is exposed, you can
saw
see
the belt.
Yeah, there's a
And
timing
all the belt,
mark.
all the belt. Well, forget the mark. Forget the belt was intact though.
The belt
so when
was
you cranked
intact.
it over and you saw everything turning.
Yes.
Cool. All right, guys. So check that out. All that was already done for us. We're already good with that. But one thing, when you crank it over, that sound you hear, that's a distinct sound when you hear when you know there's no compression. But the spinning over freely.
Yeah, it's freely.
So what we're gonna do is do a compression test now. All right, guys. So we got some marker right here, just so we don't get these wires crossed. And we're gonna put a dot. Yeah, we're gonna put us a dot. We're gonna put 2 dots over here, and 3 dots on this one, so we know where they go. Twist the wire back and forth, pull it out, and we're gonna do all 3 of them, and then we're gonna get ready to take these spark plugs out. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're ready. What we got here is a 16mm deep socket. Also, you can use a 5/8. More likely, you actually use a 5/8. I got a 3/8 drive universal swivel socket, and check this out. No, not check this one out. This is a 2-foot 3/8 drive extension. But guys, check this out. The other day, I went to Harbor Freight, got the Pittsburgh composite 3/8 drive ratchet. This is my first time using this ratchet. We'll see how this thing
That's a
goes.
nice ratchet there.
Everything feels good too, man. We'll see how this goes.
I also got a 1/4-inch drive from Harbor
got the 1/4
Freight.
inch? I saw the
Oh
one with-
man, it was great.
Harbor Freight is bad.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah. Half the price of all your other big marketing auto parts centers.
Heck yeah. All right, guys, we're going to get all these spark plugs out, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, now, if you have a 5/8 spark plug socket, it's going to have an inside boop, or you can get the magnetic ones that will get that spark plug out of there. If you don't have that, I'm going to be using my little magnet, or you can use a 12-inch 3/8 hose. Now, taking these out, you want to definitely make sure you look at them at the cylinder. Ooh. Let's get this in the light. Look at that, guys. The thing is soaking wet. Now, soaking wet. What I'm going to do now is smell it. And it smells like a lot of gas. So we're going to...
Sorry, I'm trying to cut this off.
So we're going to set that. Let's get the first one out. That one looks a whole lot better than the second one. And let's get the third one out. So automatically, guys, I can see a little gas on that one. But as we can see, the middle cylinder is the one that's really soaking wet. Not that there's anything wrong with it yet. Could be just from cranking. The fuel got on it. But let's get our compression tester. And this compression tester, what I got is from Harbor Freight. Cool, check it out. Go to Harbor Freight and get you one. And matter of fact, let me see if I can see down in them. I can see actually down there in them cylinders. All right, the one at Harbor Freight is like $20-something. Guys, this is a great tool. Let me show you what I mean. I'll be right back.
You're not the only one.
You got a YouTube channel?
Nah, this is just for Facebook.
Forget that, man. Go on YouTube. Get paid for it.
It's called a coil pack. This is what you got to do. I got a picture of it. See, I got the whole top end off right there on that engine.
Because you have to take the panel off the wires and the funky wire
Alright,
also.
ready.
Yeah, but all I have to do is put this in place.
All right, guys, check it out. Pittsburgh Quick Connect. Definitely on the Quick Connect. Get that compression tester. Now, on a good cylinder, I am going to be looking at. I got to be looking at minimum 100 psi up to about, for this engine, on a good day maybe 180, but about 150. So let's get our tester here. And connect this.
How do you know which one to use?
Pretty much from experience, but there's only this one is as you can see, this one looks brand new. You're not ever going to use that. But spark plugs are going to be either this one right here or the big one right there. As a matter of fact, I might be on the wrong one. Maybe I'm got this one, but that one looks like it's more used. Use that one. Let's check that one out. All right, guys, and over here. Cost me money. All right, over here, guys. Now, doing a. See, good in there. Oh, that lighting. Doing a compression test. Now, if I do a compression test on this, if that head gasket is blown, if I got the spark plug in this cylinder is going to show good because the spark plug is sealing that gap up, the hole. So that's why you take all the spark plugs out on that one bank. All right, so if we're going to start off with this first cylinder. And that's all you got to do is bring this thing down by hand. And guys, it's a good idea to go over here to the fuse box somewhere. Let's look at here. Ignition, ATM. Now, it's a good idea to also, guys, disconnect the fuel pump. You do not want the fuel pump to come on. Reason why being is because if you have too much fuel going into a cylinder, it can wash the oil down into the cylinders and cause a no compression. Also, it can cause a fire. So what we're going to do, we're going to locate over here. We see a bunch of fuses. Ignition, blower, IP ignition, ABS. We see a fuel pump relay. But what I want to do is remove the fuel pump fuse right there, a 15 amp. So what we're going to do here, it figures. It's the one way up under here. There's the fuel pump relay. And right over here is the fuel pump fuse. You know what? Forget it. Let's take out the fuel pump relay. Put that to the side. Put this over to the side. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it just so it don't fall. And then we're going to test out the first cylinder. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Let's hook it up. Now, this hooks up just like an air compressor line. Pull back the collar right there. Snap it on. And set this up. Now what I'm going to do, when you do a compression test, what you need to do is have much air coming in as possible. So what you're going to do is put your foot all the way down on the gas pedal, let a lot of air come in, and crank this engine 5 to 10 times. Huh?
I'll hold it.
Oh, okay. So, let's do that. See what we got. Yeah, you can keep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Alright guys, check it out. Oh man, we got 60 PSI. We got an issue going on here. But check this out. We cannot condemn anything yet. What we're going to do is move over to the next two cylinders and see what we got. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're in the middle cylinder now. Let's hook it up. And then remember guys, this is the cylinder that we got that messed up spark plug out of. So I'm really curious to see what we got here. For all I know, we might have a good compression reading on that one. Alright guys, yeah, kind of figured. Cylinder number 2, 0. We have 0 compression. That's not a good sign on that one. Alright, let's get this unhooked. And we're going to move over to the last cylinder. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're on the last cylinder. There you go. Is that 35? Mm-hmm. All right. So we definitely have, you know, guys. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna to avoid a misdiagnosis at this point, got to take into consideration that when the car shut off, you have the customers trying to start it up, you have us trying to start it up a little bit, so it's a good chance that a lot of gas got into the cylinders and caused a low compression. So at this point, what you want to do, just to make sure, to verify what you're thinking, you're going to put a cap full of oil in each cylinder. And what this does is seal the rings and builds up compression if it's that issue of fuel. So I'm going to get some gas, get a little oil. Well, not gas. If we have too much gas. Get a cap and get some oil. And we're going to be right back. All right, guys. What I did here. Now, guys, I'm going to show you. I'm going to teach you guys a little trick here. Now, when you get something like this, you put motor oil in there. Motor oil sometimes is too thick to go in there and actually seal up around the rings. What you want to do here, check this out, guys, is get you some Dextron transmission fluid, because it's an oil, but it's a more thin of a base. So it's going to get in there and seal those rings almost instantly. And what you want to do, yeah, look up here, Sibby. What you want to do, this one, I'm going to get 2 capfuls. And I'm gonna pour it into each cylinder. I know you guys like, man, he got a look at that, man. That was perfect. I'd have had transmission fluid all over the place. So we're gonna get 2 capfuls in each cylinders, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we just got all it in there. Now, what I'm gonna do first is just crank the engine over for a few seconds just to make sure to get that oil around it. A lot of guys be wondering, what's the transmission fluid? I know a lot of you old school guys who know a lot about engines remember what? Marvel Mystery Oil. And Marvel Mystery Oil, what color was it? Yes, right. It was transmission fluid. All right. And they used to always tell you to mix that with some oil to clean out the engine oil. But that was old school. Still applies today. All right, so we got it in there. I'm going to crank the engine over for a few seconds. And then when we come back, we're going to do another compression test. And remember, we got to remember what our cylinder, this was 60, this was 0, and this was 30. And we're going to recheck those. All right? We'll be right back. All right, guys, we got the first cylinder hooked up. Now, remember, before we added the oil to this cylinder, we had 60 PSI. Let's check it out and see if we get an improvement. And by the way, guys, you hear that noise in the background? The key in the ignition? I don't know. For some reason, I love that sound. It's like a operating room. All right, let's crank this engine and see what we got.
He says going 2 head gaskets. And I'm telling you something, honey.
He said it's blowing 2 head gaskets on this
Just turn it right around. I ain't pressing.
All right, check it out, guys. You see what I mean? How it went up? Now, the thing is, that's still too low. All right, so we're going to move on to the next cylinder, which we had 0. And let's see what that comes up. All right, we'll be right back.
The whole engine.
Yeah, he is. And this is what I'm saying. If you drove that vehicle, have you seen the oil in that?
Nope.
It's like black. It's black as your shirt. And if your viscosity had broke down, you heard a tapping noise, and you had already lost pressure, but you were still driving the vehicle, you could have overheated to the point where if you did a head gasket, your head could be warped.
Well, it wasn't that far. It was only about.
Oh, we always do that before we even.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even. I didn't keep driving. I couldn't. It was slowing down so much, so I had to stop almost immediately.
Oh. All right, guys, remember, this cylinder, we had a 0. Let's see what we got now. Yeah, we still got 0.
It tried.
It tried to get up?
It jumped.
It jumped, all right. So, all right, guys, we're going to move on to the last cylinder, and we'll be right back.
And you can already see that there was moisture on the plug, so it's definitely blown.
All right, guys, we're on cylinder number 3. I forgot to say. say that. Okay, last time we looked at it, it was 30. Now we're up about 55, which is definitely improvement. Now, which means that even after we already know we got a blown head gasket, possibly a cracked head, possibly. No mechanic on this planet is going to know whether you have a cracked head on this unless it's actually physically broken down. So we don't know that. But we do know once we do all this, we're going to have to put a little oil into each cylinders to build that compression back up. The car's going to smoke for about 20 minutes, but then it's going to clear up, but then it's going to be great. Now, there is a lot of myth out there. Matter of fact, let me put this up. No, you know what? No, forget it. I'll do it now. There's a lot of myth out there. Guys, there's a lot of shops out there that will rip you off. A lot of backyard mechanics that at this point in time, what they're going to do is tell you you need a motor. False. You do not need a motor. That's just laziness right there. The thing is, this car needs a head gasket only, a possibly cylinder head. You do not want to take a chance and go to the junkyard, get a used engine, put it in, something's wrong with it, take it back out. The junkyard, well, I'm not sure where you live, but the junkyards out here do not give you your money back. They're going to give you another engine. And if it comes to it that they don't have another engine, what they do is now you got junkyard credit. You got an $800, whatever the engine costs you, credit. If I always ask the customer, at this point in time, I ask the customer, before this happened, did the engine smoke? Did it make any noise or anything? If not, then I know this is going to be a good engine to save. We ain't got to worry about that. That means once we finish this is going to be perfect. All right, so take that into consideration when you come across this issue. All right, we're going to go talk to the customer, and we'll be right back.
Well, maybe some of the, being that the head gasket was blown, some of the moisture from the oil and the
Not from the
water
oil,
things.
just from
The water.
the antifreeze, just from blowing between two cylinders, just from both. All right, guys, check this out. Another important fact here you gotta understand is we know the head gaskets is blown, possible cracked cylinder head, but you gotta find out what was the underlying cause. What caused this engine to overheat? Because if you don't fix that, it's going to overheat again. So the problem with this is we don't know what caused it. The best thing we can do is put some water in it, not to start it, but put some water in it, do a compression test. Hopefully we can see a leak. If we don't see a leak, you pretty much got to do the job, start it up, carefully watch it, and see what happened. Whether it could be the water pump, whether it could be clogged radiator, whether it could be the fans not coming on, whether it could be the fan relay, a whole bunch of things. Got to figure out why, because if not, you're going to give the customer the car and the car going to overheat again. All right, we'll be right back.
All right, so today we had a 2006 Kia Sportage, and you guys heard all the symptoms, and the end result was a blown head gasket. So if you guys have any comments or questions, you can post it below in the comment section, or you can email Timmy at tim@astraaltorepairs.com. Make sure you stay tuned to see the repair. Okay, so I hope you guys paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia from Astro Auto Repairs. If we can repair it, nobody can. See you next time.